Okay, na? Hello students. Last class we completed facilitated diffusion. Today class we are discussing active transport or active process. Okay. See here, active transport. Active transport. Here active transport is nothing but transport of substances. Here transport of substances from low concentration to high concentration, low concentration to high concentration through protein pumps. It is nothing but low concentration to high concentration is nothing but against concentration gradient. Against concentration gradient. Against concentration gradient is nothing but what? From low concentration to high concentration. Okay. So by protein pumps is called active transport. Is called as a active transport. See here, transport of substances from low concentration to high concentration by protein pumps, that is called as a active transport. Here active transport is nothing but against concentration gradient. Against concentration gradient means what? From low concentration to high concentration. Along with concentration gradient is nothing but high concentration to low concentration. Against concentration gradient is nothing but low concentration to high concentration. Here diffusion and facilitated diffusion we are observing along with the concentration gradient. Along with the concentration gradient is nothing but what? So the molecules or ions or atoms of materials from high concentration to low concentration it is moving. High concentration to low concentration is moving. That is called as a diffusion and also facilitated diffusion. Nothing but so along with the concentration gradient. Here against concentration gradient is nothing but from low concentration to high concentration transportation takes place. See here mainly the protein pumps use energy. Using energy is nothing but ATP. Why it is using ATP? To transport the substances from low concentration to high concentration. Some of energy it is required to the protein pumps. Why? Because it is pumping the molecule from low concentration to high concentration. See here, this is the here low concentration it is there, here high concentration it is there. Here low concentration, here high concentration it is there. So now these molecules or substances, it is moving from low concentration to high concentration through proteins, okay, through protein pumps. This is called as a protein pumps. These pumps, it is pumping, okay, from low concentration to high concentration, low concentration to high concentration. Here utilizing ATP. ATP is nothing but so energy required process, okay, ATP. So mainly adenosine triphosphate it is utilizing, and molecules it is pumping from low concentration to high concentration. So that's why it is called as a active transport. Active transport, it is a energy required process, okay, I mean ATP require, okay, ATP require process. So here features of, okay, here features of active transport, okay. So first one, it is uphill process, okay, it is uphill process. Why they called as a uphill process, okay. So uphill process, why it is uphill process is nothing but here the substances it is moving from low concentration to high concentration, that's why it is uphill process. Downhill process is nothing but what is the downhill? So high concentration to low concentration it is moving, that is called as a downhill process, okay. It is also active process, it is also active process, it is active process, it is active process. Here mainly it is driving force is driving, here driving force is ATP. Here driving force is ATP. ATP is not there, so the molecules is not pumping from low concentration to high concentration, okay. So next one, it is here mainly it is depending on the living system, okay, it is depending on the living system, okay, depending on living system. Why it is depending on the living system? Because of it require transmembranal proteins, nothing but protein pumps, okay, nothing but protein pumps, okay, it require protein pumps and ATP. So that's why it is depending on so living system, okay, this process takes place in a living system, okay. So this is agonist concentration gradient, okay, agonist concentration gradient, agonist concentration gradient, okay, agonist concentration gradient, okay. Agonist concentration gradient is nothing but, so it is moving from low concentration to high concentration, okay, it is moving from low concentration to high concentration, agonist concentration gradient. Next one, it is here see, so the transport rate reaches maximum, all transporter proteins are used, okay, the transport rate reach maximum, transport rate reaches maximum, all transporter proteins, all transporter proteins used. So this condition is called as a saturation, okay, this condition is called as a saturation, this condition is called as a saturation, okay. So all proteins are used up, okay, so that condition is called as a saturation, that condition is called as a saturation. It is selectively, highly selective, Okay, it is a highly selective. Highly selective. Why? Because it is allowing only selected substances only. It is allowing. Okay, it is allow selected. It is allowing selected substances. Okay, so it is sensitive to the inhibitor. It is sensitive to inhibitors. It is sensitive to the inhibitors. Okay, so why it is sensitive to the inhibitor? So the inhibitor, it is attached to protein side chain. Okay, if it is stop the protein function, okay, it is inhibit, it is attached. Okay, it is attached to protein side chain. Okay, it is attached to protein side chain, so that's why it is inhibiting. So that's why it is allowing only some selected substances. It is allow selected substances. Cell, it is allowing only some selected substances only. It is allowing. So this is all are features of active transport. It is a features of active transport. See here, active transport, what we are discussing, this is all points. So this is the membrane. This is the plasma membrane or biomembrane or cell membrane. Okay, so this is the membrane. So the membrane with proteins are there, transmembranal proteins or integral proteins. Okay, transmembranal proteins are integral proteins. These proteins only pump the molecule from low concentration to high concentration. So that's why it is called as a protein pumps. Okay, protein pumps. This is the membrane. The plasma membrane, it is made up of bilipid layer. The bilipid layer, it is not allowing hydrophilic moiety substances. It is allowing only lipid solubility substances. Okay, here see low concentration. Here low concentration it is there. Here already the concentration is high. Here mainly the molecules, it is moving from low concentration to high concentration. This is called as a protein pumps. Okay, this is called as a protein pumps. The protein pumps pump the molecule from low concentration to high concentration. Okay, so when all molecules, it is passed through proteins, so the transporter reaches maximum. All transporter proteins are used up, completely utilized. This transporter protein used up, so that's why it is called as a saturation. It is a highly selective. It is allowing only selected substances. So why? Because if any unknown substances, it is binds to the protein, the protein function will be stopped. Okay, that's why it is allowing only some selected molecules only. It is allowing. So now here a driving force is nothing but ATP. The protein pumps used ATP to transport the molecule from low concentration to high concentration. It is an uphill process. Why it is uphill process? From it is moving low concentration to high concentration. That's why it is called as a uphill process. So this is called as a active transport. It is called as a active transport. Active transport is nothing but transport of substances from low concentration to high concentration against concentration gradient, that is nothing but by protein pumps is called as a active transport. Proteins are used energy nothing but ATP and pumping the molecule from low concentration to high concentration. So features of active transport, it is so mainly uphill process. It is a uphill process. Driving force, it is ATP. It is depending on living system because of proteins and ATP, and it is against concentration gradient from low concentration to high concentration. Transporter proteins, transport rate reaches maximum. All transporter proteins are used up, that is called as a saturation. Highly selectively, it is allowing only some selected substances. So it is a sensitive to the inhibitors. Why? Because it is attached to the proteins chain and it is stop the protein function. It is also fast process. Okay, it is also fast. Okay, fast process. Okay, it is a fast process. Okay, so this is called as a active transportation. This is called as a active transport. Next we will discussing plant and water relation. Okay, next topic is plant and water relation. Okay, next one it is plant and water relation. Plant and water relation. Plant and water relation. See here, plant and water relation. Before going to plant and water relation, water, it is also, water is essential for all physiological activities. Okay, water it is so essential for physiological activities. Physiological activities of plant. Activities of plant. It play major role in all living organism. Okay, it play major role in or it is play in all metabolic activities of all living organisms. Okay, so next one it is water. It is essential for all physiological activities. All physiological activities, it is play an important role in all living organism. So water, it is a so universal solvent. Okay, here water, it is a universal solvent. Water is universal solvent. It is a universal solvent. Okay, so see here, water, it is a solvent. Okay, universal solvent. Water, it is a solvent which is providing dissolving substances. Okay, or molecules are dissolving within the water. Okay, water is a medium to dissolve all molecules or substances in water. So mainly water, where it is present? Protoplasma. Okay, protoplasma is nothing but water. Okay, protoplasma nothing but water. So that's why only all substances, all molecules are dissolved in water. Water, it is a solvent. Okay, so water, it is a solvent. So in water it is a act as a medium. Water is act as a medium to dissolving all molecules in water. Okay, so here mainly protoplasma is nothing but water. In protoplasma with water, it is there so that water, so it is also helps to the dissolving the substances. So some examples we will see in okay, water, how it is important to the plants. So for example, if you see herbaceous plants, okay, herbaceous plants, in herbaceous plants water mostly we are observing so here 85 to 90% of water present, okay, water it is present in fresh weight, okay, here fresh weight, it is a fresh weight, okay, so means wet weight, okay, 80 to 90% of it is there. So next one it is dry weight, remaining 10 to 15%, 10 to 15% what it is there, that water remaining 52% it is dry weight, okay, here mostly so 80 to 90% of water it is present in fresh weight of the plant, remaining 10 to 15% dry weight it is present, okay, dry weight it is present in plants, okay. So this is also we are observing in plants, we are observing in plants, herbaceous plant. So soft stemmed plant, okay, this is our soft stemmed plant. So if you touch the plant, so what happen if you crush the plant, then what happen, small amount of water we are observing in soft stem plant. So that's why so 80 to 90% of water it is a fresh weight, okay, means so 80 to 90% of water it is present, that is fresh weight. So remaining 10 to 15% is dry weight it is there. So next one it is watermelon, so melon, here watermelon. So watermelon with so here 92% of water it is present, 92% of water it is present in watermelon. So for example, if you see, so woody in plants only various we are observing water, okay. So the water distribution of water, distribution of water in plants various. So see, because woody parts with woody parts with less water it is there, less water, and soft parts with more amount is there, more water it is present. So that is also we are observing in so distribution of water, okay, distribution of water in plants various, because woody parts, if you take any wood part, so wood with so less water it is there, and also soft part with more water it is present, so this is also we are observing. So next one it is mature corn plant, mature here mainly, so mature corn plant. In mature corn plant, so generally so per day 5 liters of water it is required, 5 liters of water is required, here 5 liters of water it is required for one mature plant, okay, mature corn plant per day how many 5 liters is required per day, okay, here liters, here you should write like liters, okay, 5 liters of water is required, okay, 5 liters of water is required for one mature plant. So next one it is mustard. Okay, so if you take mustard plant, okay, in mustard plant generally mustard plant, it is absorption water equal weight, it's equal weight, okay, it is equal weight. For example, it is so 20 grams it is there, 20 ml of water it is absorption, okay. So that's why, so mustard plant continuously it is absorption equal its own weight, okay. So equal its own weight, water it is absorption continuously, it is equal own weight, okay. The plant how much weight it is there, that amount of water it is absorption, okay. So that's why it is equal weight of water absorption, absorption, equal weight of water will be absorption. So this is also we are seen in plant and water relation. See, water it is also essential for all physiological activities, it is play an important role in all living organism. Water it is a universal solvent and water it is a medium, okay, water providing medium to dissolve all the molecules, okay. So protoplasma is nothing but water. So in herbaceous plant 85 to 90% of fresh weight it is there, so remaining 10 to 15% dry weight it is there. So next one is a watermelon with 92% of water it is there. Distribution of water in plant varies because of woody plant less water and soft stemmed plant more water it is there, more water it is present. And mature corn plant per day 5 liters of water it is absorption. Mustard plant, so per mustard plant we are saying it is equal weight of water it is absorption, the plant equal weight of water it is absorption. So this is nothing but plant and water relation, this is nothing but plant and water relation, plant and water relation, okay. So next one it is plant water relation we completed. So what is water potential, okay, here water potential. So next topic is water potential, water potential. See here, water potential is nothing but free energy of water according to thermodynamics, So what is water potential is nothing but, free energy of water, free energy of water is called as a water potential. It is denoted as W, okay, psi, that is nothing but psi, this is nothing but psi, okay, denoted as a psi. Water potential it is denoted psi. Generally we will write this is the water potential. It is expressed units, expressed units such as, mainly it is expressed units such as a Pascal. Pa is nothing but Pascal. Next one it is atmosphere. Atmosphere is nothing but ATM and also bars. So we are measuring, okay. So Pascal, Pa, atmosphere. So atmosphere is nothing but ATM, bars we are measuring, okay. So this is nothing but water potential. Water potential is nothing but free energy of water is called as a water potential. Free energy of water is called as a water potential. According to thermodynamics, free energy of water is called as a water potential. It is denoted as a psi W. Okay, psi. This is called, this symbol is called as a psi. This is called as a, it is denoted as a psi W. Water potential, it is denoted as a psi W. Okay, it is expressed units. Okay, it is expressed as a units. Pascal is nothing but PA. Atmosphere is nothing but ATM. Bars. Okay, so bars also we are measuring. Okay, this water potential. So water potential is important. Okay, why we are studying water potential? To understanding, okay, to understanding or a fundamental concept to understanding water movement. Okay, so what is water potential? So water potential is nothing but fundamental concept to understand water movement is called as a water. Why we are studying water potential? Because of fundamental concept to understanding the water movement. Fundamental concept to understanding the water movement. Here water potential is nothing but, why we are studying water potential? So fundamental concept, this is to understand the water movement. Water where to where it is moving, that one we are understanding. Okay, so mainly two compounds determining water potential. Okay, here mainly, so two compounds determine water potential. Two components. So mainly it is depending on two components. Okay, so here two compounds determine water potential. Okay, so water potential, see here, one it is solute potential and also it is called as a osmotic potential. Solute potential, another one it is osmotic potential. So it is denoted as a psi S. So another one it is pressure potential. It is also pressure. Generally it is a pressure potential. What is pressure potential? So we will denote it as a psi P. Okay, psi P. Okay, so solute potential psi W, psi S, not W, psi S. Here psi P. Okay, that is called as a pressure potential. See here what we are discussing, water potential. Okay, water potential is a, so psi W, free energy of water molecule. Okay, what is water potential? In according to thermodynamics, free energy of water is called as water potential. It is denoted as a psi and it is expressed as a, so psi W, it is expressed units, Pascal and also atmospheric and bars. And why we are studying water potential? Fundamental concept to understanding the water movement. Two components determining water potential. One it is solute potential, another one solute potential, it is also known as a osmotic potential. So next one it is a pressure potential, P. Pressure potential, it is free. Okay, so the water molecule having kinetic energy, it is there. The water molecule with kinetic energy. Here mainly, so the water molecule with kinetic energy. The water molecule with kinetic energy, it is there. Here water molecule with kinetic energy. Okay, so the water molecule having kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is nothing but what? So that is only free energy. Kinetic energy is nothing but free energy. See here, for example, if you see in liquid and gases and liquids having more kinetic energy. Okay, more kinetic energy. So that's why only it is randomly moving. Okay, randomly it is moving. Okay, randomly it is moving. Gases and liquids having what it is their kinetic energy. So that's why it is randomly it is moving. So and randomly it is moving, mainly rapid and constantly it is moving. Rapid and constantly it is moving. Rapid and so mainly randomly it is moving and rapid and constantly it is moving. So here we are observing so pure water system contain, okay, so greater kinetic energy, greater water potential having greater kinetic energy it is there. Means pure water with that is nothing but pure water with, okay, pure water with what it is there, greater kinetic energy. Greater kinetic energy. Greater kinetic energy. Okay, kinetic energy. Okay, greater kinetic energy. For example, pure water if you take, that having greater kinetic energy. So that's why only the water it is moving randomly it is moving, constantly, rapidly it is moving. Okay, see here, if you take so two solutions, okay, in these two beakers contain two solutions are there. So here more sugar with water it is there. Okay, 100 grams of sugar it is there plus water it is there. Here only pure water. So which water having more kinetic energy? So in this A we will decide it, this is the B. In which having more kinetic energy? Pure water having more kinetic energy. That's why this water is rapidly it is moving, this water it is so slowly it is moving comparatively B. Okay, so because of here already the water potential will be decreasing because of addition of solutes, so that's why here so the kinetic energy will be decreasing. Here pure water having kinetic energy is 0. Okay, 0, the kinetic energy it is 0. So see here, pure water having always okay, always pure water with always kinetic energy it is pure water with water potential is 0. Always pure water with always water potential is 0. Okay, very important. So this is the pure water have, or pure water with always water potential is, okay, always water potential is 0. Okay, water potential is 0. So here you see, you take two chambers. Okay, this is the one chamber. Okay, this is the one chamber. Here if you take another chamber, in this two system containing, okay, solutions are there. Here what it is there? So water it is there. This is the water it is there. And here also solutes. Here also solutes we are adding. Okay, here also water. In this system contain also water and also less amount of solutes. Here more amount of solutes, different type of solutes are there. Okay, these two solutions, okay, A and B. Okay, A and B. Okay, if you take A and B, so what happen here? Water potential is what? Water potential is so less. Here water potential is more. Okay, here mainly water potential is more. Okay, why water potential is more? There less solutes we are adding, here more solutes we are adding. Okay, more solutes we are adding. So from where to where it is moving water? So always water it is moving from high concentration to low concentration, high concentration to low concentration. So this is also we are observing, this is also we are observing. Where we are observing? So in this two system containing, in this two system containing, what it is there? So water it is moving from high water potential to low water potential. Where water potential is more? So B with water potential is more and A with water potential is less. So that's why only water it is moving from high concentration to low concentration, high concentration to low concentration. So already previously we are discussing water potential mainly. So it is depending on the two components. Okay, two components. What are there? Solute potential and pressure potential. Solute potential and pressure potential. That one we are discussing. Why it is depending on the pressure potential and solute potential. See here. Here you see mainly it is depending on the solute potential. Okay, before going to the 2 points, solute potential and pressure potential. So at standard temperature, at standard temperature under any which under not any external pressure, external which under not any external pressure nothing but other than atmospheric pressure, other than atmospheric pressure, other than atmospheric pressure. In atmospheric pressure the water potential is 0 only. Okay, but if you external pressure you will apply, no, the water potential will be increasing. Okay, so at a standard temperature and other than atmospheric pressure, okay, what happened? So in which under not any external pressure, that is nothing but other than atmospheric pressure, water potential is 0. Water potential is not changed, that is 0. Okay, see here, first one it is solute potential. First one it is solute potential. Solute potential. The solute potential we will write so psi s. Psi s. Here see solute potential is nothing but if you take this is the what it is. So one beaker, the beaker with you take water, so you add solutes, you add solutes. Once you add it to the solute to the water, pure water, this is the pure water. So what happened? The water, see this is the water particles, here water particles are there and here the sugar particles. Okay, I mean solute particle. Here this energy it is there, the water molecule energy it is there, the energy using, which one it is using? The sugar. Okay, this water molecule, this is nothing but water, this is nothing but solute, this is nothing but solute. So this energy, the water having energy, that energy utilizing this solute, then what happened? This energy loss, this energy is loss. What energy loss? Water energy will be reducing. Once you added solute to the pure water, the water potential will be decreasing. So that's why solute potential is always okay, so always negative. Okay, solute potential is always negative. Negative potential. Why it is a negative potential? Because you added solutes to the pure water, the pure water with water potential will be reducing. Okay, so next one it is pressure potential. Next one it is pressure potential. What is pressure potential? Okay, so in pressure potential mainly, so you and then atmospheric pressure there is no change. Okay, water potential is same, but if you give external pressure on the solution or solvent, this is the, if you take solution or here solution or solvent, so you apply external pressure, when you apply external pressure, so the water potential, see here, this is the water, you apply external pressure, when you apply external pressure pushing, then what happen here, water this comes outside, because of once external pressure you apply, atmospheric pressure there is no change, then atmospheric pressure there is no change, when you apply external pressure, then what happen, the water potential having kinetic energy increasing, the water potential increasing, then comes outside water. Okay, so this is called as a pressure potential. When you apply the pressure one side, another side water is coming due to the pressure potential, okay, so the pressure will be shown in water molecule, then water potential will be increasing, water is coming outside, so this is called as a pressure potential, that is nothing but external pressure apply on the pure water, the water potential will be increasing, okay, so it is denoted as a psi p. Okay, here mainly it is a positive pressure, in xylem it is a negative pressure. Why? Because it is suck the water from so root to leaf region. Okay, so now so the water potential mainly affected by solute potential and pressure potential. So that's why water potential we will write so this water potential relationship it is, so psi W equal to psi S plus psi P. Okay, so this is the relationship between the water relationship it is. So it is mainly depending on the solute potential and pressure potential. When you added solute, the water potential will be decreasing. When you apply pressure, the water potential will be increasing. Only positive pressure, okay, we are observing in xylem. So and plasmolized cell with negative pressure it is there. So the water potential is affected by solute and pressure potential. So that relation is water potential equal to psi W and psi P. So this is nothing but water potential. Okay, ma. Okay, bye.